What's up, shelf addicts? Welcome back to the Shelf Addiction Podcast. Today on Book Chat, we are continuing our reread of the Mercy Thompson series. This episode, we are covering Book 12, Smoke Bitten. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, I am your host, Tamara, and welcome back to the podcast. If you're new here, we're going to feed your shelf addiction with fun book conversations, bookish topics, and more. It's like listening in on your favorite book club. Participate in this discussion by joining the Facebook group Shelf Addiction Official or over on the Book Clubs app. I hope to hear your thoughts on today's show. You can also find me and Casey on Twitter and Instagram. The links for everything I've mentioned are below in the show notes. If you enjoyed today's episode, please support the podcast by sharing it with some book nerd friends or on your favorite social media space. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe before you leave. That will really help me out, and I appreciate you for doing it. The uncut video version of this podcast is available right now over on Patreon. Join us there for exclusive videos, including after shows and more. So if you're interested in that at all, you'll need to come over onto Patreon and sign up. As always with Book Chats, we talk spoilers here, so you've been warned. Without further ado, let's begin. Joining me is feature co-host Casey from Heartful of Ink. Welcome back, Casey.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay, I'm glad you're here because today we are doing another installment of our reread of the Mercy Thompson series. Woohoo! Today we are talking about Smoke Bitten, book 12. And like legit, this is our actual reread because this is only our second time reading the book. So it's going to be fun because it's been a long time since I read the book, and it's I think I have a different perspective, so we'll have a good time getting into that. So as we do, we'll do the stats and the synopsis, and we'll just jump right on into the thing, you know? Okay, so today we are talking about Smoke Bitten by Patricia Briggs, 12th in series, published May 17th, 2020 by Ace and Penguin Audio. The paperback is 319 pages, and the audiobook is 10 hours and 9 minutes. Narrated by Lorelei King. Casey, would you please read the synopsis?
In this electrifying new entry in the #1 New York Times best-selling urban fantasy series, shape-shifting mechanic Mercy Thompson will face a threat unlike any other. I am Mercedes Athena Thompson Hompman. My only superpowers are that I turn into a 35-pound coyote and I can fix Volkswagens. But I have friends in odd places and a pack of werewolves at my back. It looks like I'm going to need them. Centuries ago, the Fae dwelt in the Underhill until she locked her doors against them. They left behind their great castles and troves of magical artifacts. They abandoned their prisoners and their pets. Without the Fae to mind them, those creatures who remained behind roam freely through Underhill, wreaking havoc. Only the deadliest survived. Now, one of those prisoners has escaped. It can look like anyone, any creature it chooses. But if it bites you, it controls you. It lives for chaos and destruction. It can make you do anything, even kill the person you love the most. It is here in the Tri-Cities in my territory. It can't remain. Not if I have anything to say about it.
All right. So, this installment, we get kind of wacky with things.
It's a little all over the place.
Yeah, it definitely is all over the place. Definitely not one of my favorite installments for a couple of reasons. But yeah, as always, fast moving, entertaining, lots going on. Checks all the boxes as we usually like with Briggs books. What'd you think high level?
High level. I enjoyed it. We discussed this last week. We found some issues with Adam. And I think you hate him more than I do. I'm just not as happy with him. I'm trying to ignore it, but also I can't ignore it. It's like the thorn in your foot. Like you want to ignore it, but you can't. And I don't know.
I mean, okay, maybe hate is a strong word, but I'm very frustrated by his character, and I'm not clear on why Briggs is doing this to him. He's a much stronger person than this. And honestly, to see him in this state, of insecurity and like more than
Mm-hmm.
normal.
So to be honest, I kind of liked that because for so long, like he's held himself so tight and we've known he's had insecurities, but he won't talk about them. He won't face them. And so in the sense that like we're finally getting some character growth, even if it is showing all of his ugly insecurities as a monster, like I enjoy that, but I understand what you're saying.
I just think, you know, how much can a woman take, right? Mercy this author has subjected her to everything in the kitchen
Mhm.
sink. And it's like her character really used Adam as like a home
Mhm.
base, like, you know, safe from the
Yes.
storm, right? A refuge. And that was the one thing we could kind of count on is when all the crazy was going on, you
Mhm.
know, Adam was constant.
Yes.
But now his ass is crazy too. And it's like, oh my God. And it's so extreme. And I honestly, after there was this scene where, you know, his monster was all creeping her out at her
Mhm.
shop. And after that, after she read him the riot act for trying to commit suicide,
Which
they go home and get it
Mhm.
on. And I'm like, dude, it'd be dry as a desert down there. Desert. I'm not nudging anything after that
Mercy
for weeks.
loves him.
I get that, but my God, she babies him so hard in this book.
Sometimes people need that.
That girl.
I'm not saying I would do that, but like sometimes people need that.
I know, and it's just I don't know, and I'm trying to be accepting of okay, he's just down right now, but he's always kind of had
Mhm.
that. He's always been insecure about her. It's been clear, right? But he's been able to keep it in check, I guess. But now we're seeing that he wasn't keeping it in check at all. And he really had these horrible thoughts about himself. And he was really
Mhm.
delusional as far as himself and Mercy. Like, why do you think she's so perfect? Since when?
Since he fell in love, love makes people perfect in your eyes.
I guess. I don't know. I just have a problem with Adam right now. I just have a problem with the handling of this character right now. Um, and Mercy saves
She
everybody
always
time and
does.
time again, which is exhausting. I'm like, my God, I think that's why I liked that Silence Fallen so
Yeah.
much because it was like, for once, it felt like, even though
Mhm.
she saved herself, but it felt like it was an effort
Mhm.
for others to save her. You know what I mean? So she wasn't like totally assed out and on her own. It felt like she really had like
Mhm.
people like for her. You know what I mean? Like more than others because they had to make an effort to get their lives together and come for her. But like we're right back where it's like she's juggling everything, doing everything for everybody. And it's tired to me. I don't know. I feel bad for the character. I do. I'm like, damn, girl. Shit.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing.
And then you do all the work and then you're nudging all night where you got to take pain meds, girl.
I wasn't
What?
sure if that was she's just getting old, but
I did not mark
also
it.
like she could live.
She
Yeah.
said, "Am I getting
Like,
old
is this
or
just old age? But she could live to be like
girl? If
500,
it
they said
is,
in a different book, because Coyote's children are basically immortal unless he kills them, which,
mhm.
you know, her brother Gary is, I think, about 100 or a little over 100 years old. And she's just 33, 34 at this point, so
I know. Look, back it up to 2 times a night and be done with it. What are you doing? What are we doing? And not being shitty, but he hasn't earned it anyway. So what are you doing? See, I'm just mean right now when it comes to Adam. I'm like, I need him to like redeem himself and be back in my good graces.
after the revelations of the last book, it's going to take a lot to redeem him.
Mhm.
I'm still I don't know. I wasn't as harsh on Adam because, like I said, it felt like really good character growth. Like, we're finally addressing all of his mental health issues. We're finally addressing the monster in his head. Like, we have to physically.
But are we though?
We are.
Are we? I don't know. It's being said, but he's ignoring the shit.
I feel
really.
like when they were in the other space at the end and she killed Elizaveta again and the snakes and like really killed the internal poison, the internal spell or whatever, I think that was a turning point. And I don't think we really talk about it in the next book.
As a person who is familiar with therapy, somebody else killing your demons aren't going to make them go away.
And yes, you're right. Therapy is absolutely necessary.
So that was in my opinion, unless the author chooses to do what she wants, I'm like, that's a temporary fix. Just like when she was putting things in the bond, it was all temporary until he deals with his issues. Right.
I think it is a temporary fix, but I think it is a turning point for Adam. I think for him, it's finally like, okay, she has seen all of my ugly. She accepts me for me. I can stop saying these bad things about myself to myself in my own head. And I think he will slowly grow from that. But like that, I think, is the turning point for him.
I hope so. Because my God, even before we got to that point, you're a monster in the corner. And she's like, get in bed. I'm tired. I'm cold. She telling your monster ass to get into bed. So, okay, clearly she don't have a problem with you.
She never would have had a problem with him. Like, if he had told her right away what was going on, she would have helped fix him. But he had to be all alpha man, no talking. I'm not going to share an emotion with anybody.
Instead, I'm going to be a grouch. And I'm going to shut down our bond so you don't know anything is wrong with me except the fact that I did that, which clearly says something is wrong with me. And I'm just going to be, acting like a twat to everybody because, everyone's like, what's been up? What crawled up his butt? Like, something is wrong with him.
And then they're like, yay, Mercy banged him back to happiness. For now.
I know, for now. And can I just say, I just find that hilarious that everyone and their mother is patting her on the back for sleeping with her husband.
I mean, yes, it is ridiculous and embarrassing, but what can you do?
I don't know. I feel like I am shitting on one of my favorite things right now, and it makes me feel a little bad, but I feel like
it is what it is. But also, I feel like after last week where we went off on Adam, we're still like writing that I don't even know what to call it. Yes.
Wave of hate.
Wave of disappointment. Like betrayal. How could you do this, Adam? How could you do this to me?
I feel like I have been betrayed personally.
I think so. Like, I am definitely feeling a little bit of that. And I'm trying to move past it and, forget that it ever happened. And just be like, all right, Adam is finally facing his beast. He's finally dealing with his monsters. We're getting past some of his character growth. Hopefully this won't happen again. Or if it does, he will actually fix it and change and, do whatever he needs to do. But I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Because there's only one more book before we have to wait. So, and I honestly don't even remember what happened.
I remember a little bit, but I don't think we really dive into Adam at all.
No, I think it just either goes on the back burner for a while. Because I'm curious, I don't even remember if the bond was just open and normal. I don't even remember if they were normal in the next book. So it's going to be new to me when I
think they're normal, but because I don't know.
Yeah, because to me they shouldn't quite be. I mean, yeah, these things happened. yes, you're working on it. Yes, I came in there and saved the day and killed the villain in your brain. But I feel like I'm not done talking about it. You're going to learn this lesson not to be hiding stuff and playing games with me. So, but the author lets Adam off so easy. She lets him off so easy.
She does.
So Mercy does.
She does.
And sometimes maybe they do need a little bit more conflict between them. Maybe they do.
Because, yeah, they've had 10 books, 11 books now of a pretty solid, steady relationship. Even before they were together, like, they had a good relationship.
Yeah. So all the Adam stuff, yeah. And then, of course, the wolf stuff, you know, all the stuff at the beginning of the book. I'm like, the drama, the wolf level drama in this pack is off the charts.
Who are you talking about?
Like at the beginning where Adam was all pissy about, what's his damn daughter's name? Jesse going to a different school.
Oh, that stupid drama. Yes.
Like, it was so ridiculous. I was rolling my eyes so hard.
It was Christy magic. That just made everything
Christy magic.
So insane.
She's like, woo woo. I know.
Also, Adam just being a twat because has his own head shoved up his ass.
I don't know. Just the level of drama. I mean, I enjoy reading it. I have a good time going like, WTF? What? You know, I get excited and it like feel it like by the energy of it all. But still, I'm like, oh my God. Like, no one learns the lesson. No one learns the lesson ever.
Even when Mercy sat down and talked with Ariel later, she was like, I know Christy pushes all your buttons and you want to protect her. And, you know, maybe use some common sense later. And Ariel was like, I'll try, but...
I'll try.
But I'll still read your mail.
I'll try, but...
Pull it out of your mailbox and read it.
Yeah, basically.
Crazy people.
Does that.
We're being manipulated by even crazier people.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. But there were some highs for me too. Like, I think I just really like Aiden.
So cute.
I like him. Yeah, he is adorable. I'm like, he fits right in, and he's like going into the 6th grade. You know, he's old as dirt.
But he needs that childhood, that moment of, you know, I have to go to school and do homework. Instead of dealing with Tilly, the underworld, or the Underhill. Not the underworld.
Yeah. Even like in this book, I mean, we've been revving up to this, but I think it was Mercy that said our kids,
our human daughter Jessie and our son Aiden. And Aiden was taken aback. He's
like, oh my
your son? Mercy's like, I know you're older than me, but it'd just be weird if I said that.
It doesn't matter. Like, absolutely. That's how she feels about him.
She takes in all of the strays and loves them.
Yeah, I love that. I love like all the Aiden stuff. The Jessie and him have a great dynamic as siblings.
Absolutely,
they really do seem like siblings. Them helping each other out, and the wolves coming around to help try to protect them, and jumping over fire to get to them, or smoke to get to them. I'm like, all of that. I love all the family vibes.
Found family is such a good story trope. And these werewolves are such a found family.
I love it.
So what did you think about the Fae in this story?
I thought that it was a very interesting, the villain, or, you know, was very interesting, right? Like, he obviously came out of Underhill and started, you know, creating havoc. I thought it was really interesting. I liked the different things going on. I liked the idea of it being like a shapeshifter that could look like different things and bite people and control them and do all that stuff. I thought it was really unique. Until the end, I'm like, Rumpelstiltskin?
It was a weird twist to make it Rumpelstiltskin.
I feel like the first time we talked about this, we said the same thing, but I felt the same way. I'm
Mhm.
like, Rumpelstiltskin?
I had forgotten that it was him, and so reading through it this time, I was like, "Okay, so I know it's some fey creature. I know it's doing all of these things. What is it?" And Mercy was talking about all these fairy tales she read, and I was like, "That kind of makes sense," but, like, even the changing one thing into another didn't yeah, it fits because he changes hay into gold or straw into
Mhm.
gold or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know, it just felt weird. Like, Patricia Briggs needed something there, and she just grabbed it randomly.
But how does that okay, so what we know of Rumpelstiltskin, and I mean, to be fair, I don't think I know the original Grimm's Tales version of
Mhm.
him, but from what we know, like the whole spinning hay into gold, making deals,
Yeah.
right? Like Fae do, making swaps.
Mhm.
He's not a shapeshifter.
He's not, and he doesn't have the ability to, like, control you, but that was the
No,
magic that Tilly gave him, so I guess it was supposed to be, like, that was
that was
the
a
added
bonus ad.
bonus
Yeah,
superpower magic that he wasn't supposed to have, I guess.
right.
I don't
But to be able to look like a jackrabbit one minute, a snake another
a
minute.
horse at one point because he had big teeth and
Ye
it looked like somebody got bit by a horse.
yeah, like, what? It just doesn't connect to
Mm-mm.
me. It could have been any name. She could have made up a name, and I would have been like, "Okay," you know?
That makes sense. Let's do it.
Yeah, but then she says Rumpelstiltskin, I cannot pronounce that name, and I'm like, "What?"
Mhm. Excuse you, what now?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. It was weird. It was also weird that Mercy is, like, the go-between for the Grey Lords now. That Beauclair
Yeah,
is calling Mercy and not Adam.
yeah, which Adam was very put out about.
Mhm. I mean,
But she didn't have any control, he just called
he
her.
did,
Like
and they needed the information, so
mhm. I don't know, it's
it's
weird.
very weird. But Mercy was the one who stood on the bridge and, claimed the town for herself and her pack. So maybe they
Mhm.
see her as the more dominant enforcer, but also Adam is the one, like, truly in charge. I don't know.
Well, maybe because she's the one that set the terms, she's the one to talk to, when she made the announcement, she is the person.
Mhm. Possibly.
Maybe it's as simple as that? I don't know. Hmm.
The Fae, man. The Fae.
Okay, so I have some more issues.
Alright.
Can I go back
Yeah,
to okay.
let's hear all your
So
issues.
I just had one question
Okay.
though. Now, either I was reading so fast and I missed it, or the cat was not in this book. What happened to her cat? Where's her cat?
Her cat was in the book.
Where?
Okay, so there was one scene in particular after they had a nudge where everybody was watching her, and she said the cat gave her a look too.
Ugh, I don't even remember it.
She's like, "Even the cat is giving me a look." And that's, like, the one specific mention I have or memory I have of the cat in this book, but the cat was in the book.
Okay, because I'm like, I must have just skipped over it or did not pay
It was
attention.
possibly because it was, like, the morning after she gave Adam the oil rub, so she was washing all the sheets, and
Okay.
everybody was giving her stares, and she's like, "From Kelly to Medea." I
Okay.
feel like the cat is giving me weird looks right now.
Okay. I'm like, where's the cat? Okay, cool. So that answers that.
Mhm.
I have like one huge blaring thing about Mercy's friends and family that is jarring to me. And what flagged this for me was when she calls Bran for his advice. And then she
Mhm.
proceeds to just spew her guts about everything
Mhm.
going on, including the mess with her husband. And I remember I stopped after that passage and I'm like, damn, she don't have anybody to talk to but Bran. And I want her to have go ahead, Casey. I can see
I
you.
was gonna say that was partially intentional on Mercy's part. So, in the very first chapter when Z and Tad are like, what's wrong? And Mercy's like, I'm not going to tell you what's wrong. And they're like, you have a sad face. Talk to us. We're your friends. She's like, I won't talk about my issues with Adam to anybody. So you're right. She does need friends who she can talk to other than Bran. But Mercy is also like specifically holding herself back. And she said that a few times, which was kind of annoying. Like,
yeah. So I wasn't even thinking about Tad and Z because they're men. I think Mercy needs a female friend, just one. She don't need.
She kind of has Honey. But
no, she can't talk to Honey. That Honey does not count because she's in the pack. She needs some kind of magical friend that understands the world. Like for example, she wrote to Ariana, right? Not to Sam. So maybe they could. I feel like she needs a friend who understands the magic in the world, that is removed from the pack, that doesn't, that is not a man. Because I just feel like that is the one thing she's missing. Like, you've got all these dudes everywhere, all the men everywhere, and then the women are sometimey that are there, and they're under the pack, chain of the chain of rules. So I'm like, she needs someone outside of that. And I can't believe the author hasn't given her that yet. I mean, just one stinking friend, just one. I don't know. It seemed like she was going to make friends with that one woman in that one book who, she was Faye though. Remember the Faye who was like healing, and they went and met with like the Grey Lords at the hotel, and she had her little. It seemed like,
and they had girl talk.
It seemed like she might have went that way to develop some kind of friendship, but it just, after that, it was just over.
Got never mentioned again.
And
you're right.
I don't want to like nitpick it to death, but that was really blaring. I'm like, you're telling your relationship stuff to your dad like figure, like, ew.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Mercy needs girls friends. She needs female people around her because there's so many men everywhere.
Hell, even Kat has one. Kat and Denise. They don't have a bunch. She don't have a bunch of friends. She got one.
But she had Denise.
Yeah, like just one. That's all you need. And it can't be someone that's human and oblivious. It has to be someone that is somewhat has some magical something or some abilities.
You know what's really sad? One of Mercy's closest friends is Jessie, her stepdaughter. And that's sad. Like, I'm glad they have a good relationship and a good friendship, but like, that's your daughter.
I know.
You need adult friendship.
Yeah. And I feel like that's really missing. It's blaring to me. Like, that's all she needs.
Yes.
Even if you only pull her out once every other book to help her talk through something, she doesn't have to.
I mean, we're kind of getting that with Ariana, but like, you're right. The email she sent her was just, here's this Faye problem I have, help me. So hopefully she and Samuel will leave Africa at some point and come back.
Yeah, she needs something. I don't know. I just kind of felt bad for her. I'm like, dang. And, Bran, he didn't really, like, she even says it herself. Well, I didn't tell him everything. So the instruction he told me may not be valid because he really doesn't have all the information. And she didn't want to tell him all the information because it's like her father.
Yes. And then Adam has to go get his panties in a twist up his butthole. Where he's like, you just go to Bran. Go be with Bran while I kill myself. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Mercy needs to bitch slap you right now.
She put the verbal smackdown on him, though.
She did. And he deserved that. But he deserved, like, an actual bitch slap.
That's another one. I'm like, ugh, you weak AF, man. Get the hell out of here. After everything y'all been through, this relationship is not new. Everything you've been through, this is what you think. And Mercy says, so what if Bran had said that? What makes you think I would actually listen and do it? So what if he said to leave you? Why do you think I would do it?
And then I love her, like, you would do that to me? I would drag you out of the other underworld kicking and screaming.
Yeah, she's like, your ass would be a ghost.
She could hold his ghost there forever. And every single day, she'd be like, I told you so.
Sitting right here, looking at all the stuff that you can't do anything about. Like, I will torture you forever.
And he would deserve it.
Yeah. And he started laughing like, damn, okay. I won't do it then.
This is not a laughing matter, my dude.
I know, but he just wiggles right out of it with his little bit of charm. I'm like, see? No, Adam. Boo. All right, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
I know we have more stuff to talk about. I'm sure you have things on your agenda you want to talk about specifically. So I'll shut my mouth and let you go. So yeah, you guys, check out these commercials. By listening to those, you are supporting the podcast. And don't forget to check out the book review journal, available right now on Amazon. We'll be right back. Today's episode is brought to you by the Shelf Addiction merch store. Check out all the bookish t-shirts, notebooks, mugs, and more. Don't miss out on these original designs, perfect for any book nerd. Support the podcast and visit shelfaddiction.com/merch and pick up your next favorite bookish item. All right, we're back, guys. Welcome back. Let's continue. Let Casey have her turn, because I've been running my mouth for 30 minutes.
It's okay. You can keep talking. I don't mind. I'm laughing. It's awesome.
I feel away, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. You can let it all out. Let's change gears a bit and talk about the vampires.
Ooh.
More specifically, Wolf, who has a new hobby called stalking Mercy.
And he's okay with it. He's like, yeah, that's my new hobby. It's cool.
It's a fun hobby. She does interesting things.
Like, oh my gosh. So he first shows himself after she gets bitten, while they're out hunting the jackrabbit thing. And like, Wolf grabs her ass, runs for the water, and like dumps her in the river, basically. And Aiden's like, oh, good thing you're here. And he's like, oh, well, I stalk her now. So, yeah.
And it's fun.
It's fun. No big deal. Like, okay, crazy.
Yeah, no, he is absolutely terrifying. And Mercy brushing it off kind of pissed me off. I think more than anything to do with Adam, that pissed me off the most in this book. The fact that Mercy is just like, oh, Wolf, he's fine. He's stalking me. It doesn't matter. I love the line where she says that to Ben, and Ben just starts cursing her out. And I'm like, I'm with Ben.
Yeah.
Like, this is really weird and really fucked up, and not something you can just ignore or brush off or pretend like he's not going to kill you. Because he could kill you, and he might kill you, and you're just treating him like it's nothing. When he is the most powerful and dangerous creature in the Tri-City area.
She's treating him like a wild animal that she has brought home. And so it will never hurt me. It's fine. Until she turn her back and it claws her throat out. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, exactly. Exactly. And she's like, well, he just saved my life and his magic is white magic. And I'm like, bitch, that doesn't matter. He said he's stalking you. And one, you and Adam don't tell anybody in the pack. So when Ben finds out, he's like, how the fuck am I supposed to protect you when you don't tell me that there's this danger? Valid. And next, like, Mercy's just like, it's whatever. He's just there. It's fine. I don't mind.
Hey, Ben, go take him this blanket.
No. No, like,
let his ass suffer. Okay?
What? Why?
It's weird. She's got this weird soft spot for Wolf, and it's not really...
She says she's terrified of him, but then she doesn't act like she has any common sense around him.
It's strange.
And yeah, no, that pissed me off the most in this book.
Did it?
Like, why? Why? Like, use 1 ounce of common sense and start trying to ward or protect yourself against this vampire who is happily stalking you.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, he should not be around. And especially after it was pointed out that no one had to invite him in.
Mm-mm.
He just was in her house.
So he can come into the house anytime. He can use magic against all of them. And we already know that werewolves are susceptible to magic.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to, wake up in the middle of one night with him standing over you in bed, and then you have no way to protect yourself.
Exactly.
If you wake up at all, he might be able to kill you in your sleep.
Right. And we already know that he's not going to be easily killed because, hell, Aiden tried to set his ass on fire. He did set him on fire and nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Your people in the house with abilities can't even get rid of him. They can't even nuke him. So,
so what are you doing, Mercy? You're just ignoring the problem and hoping it goes away? No, it doesn't work like that.
No. You've seen him awake in the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen so many things that he's able to do.
Mm-hmm.
She says she is fearful of him, but not properly so, or she wouldn't be acting how she's acting.
No, not at all. Even if it's fake it till you make it, no.
Mm-hmm.
If you were truly, legitimately scared of this man, or vampire, I should say, you would be going to every person you could to try and find a way to solve this.
Yeah, and she's not. Even Bran is taking this more seriously than she is. And she talks him out of doing anything. He's like thinking like, I'll just come put the kibosh on this shit. And she's like, trying to, we'll handle it. It's fine.
No, you absolutely aim your nuke at Wolf because you don't have anything else to stop him with.
Right. So, I don't know. He's definitely one that when he's on your side, he's useful, but his terms and his opinion changes on a dime.
I was going to say, like, he might start out as your ally, but he can change halfway through. And oops.
I'm sure there's going to be a time for her to pay for this because you can't, that's just like that whole Wolf thing.
That's
just
basically
simmering.
The plot of the next book, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all about Wolf.
Yes. It's simmering and it's going to come to a head and it's going to boil over. So we'll see, because I don't really remember the details of that, but I know something is about him.
It's been how many months since we've read this book and we've already forgotten it?
I've forgotten it. It's only been... Has it been
3 months?
Look, I said 6 months. That's how long it feels.
No, it's only been like 3 months. Because I think it came out in August.
That's bad.
And we read it in September. So yeah, it's only been 3 months.
That's bad.
But to be fair, we have read like 10 or 12 other Mercy books at this point. It all blends together.
But that also makes me feel like there was nothing substantial in that book worth me remembering. Because... certain plot points, like I remember, like at the, like with this book, I remember what the main thing was with Adam in this book. Like I remember, like certain things just pop out, like because they're so, I guess, important to the story. So I'm like, well, maybe Wolf's situation didn't really hit me in that way because I don't remember a damn thing.
We'll find out next week.
I know.
We reread it again.
Let's see. Am I going to be happy again and like all happy-go-lucky with this series again, or am I still going to be talking shit?
I hope you like it and are happy with it, but we'll see.
I want to be. I want to just click it like a puzzle piece. Just click it back in. But I'm like, I don't know.
No, it's frustrating. There's a lot of frustrating things going on in this series right now. Hopefully it'll get better. It'll get back to the good stuff, and Mercy can have some female friends. Adam won't have his head up his ass.
Yeah.
We saw Stefan for a little bit today, or in this book, and we saw a little bit more about the chain around her ankle, attaching him to her, and
now she's able to just think up objects, say words into them, and just send them into different bonds. Like now we're doing that.
Magic.
I guess.
Magic in the dreamscape. She's Coyote's daughter.
Anything goes.
I don't know. I'm just believe it's what it is.
Anything goes without any rhyme or reason. Whatever we need to happen will happen because it's Mercy and it's chaotic and it's whatever. Just accept it, Tamara.
Just accept it. It's chaos. It's magic. It's Mercy learning her true heritage and understanding who her father is. Because, Coyote is magic. He's chaos and magic. And if she can, use... She mentioned it in here at some point. I'm not going to search for it. But it started when she was taken into Underhill. And Bran used magic and the walking stick to find her. And then she was able to see the pack bonds in a different way. And she mentioned she'd been starting to kind of study that magic more or less.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is more like magical growth. Although you're right. It is what it is. And she's doing her own thing.
Yeah. So understanding, I guess, the magic that is Coyote's chaos magic is the fact that you can just do anything whenever.
Yes.
You can play games and bend things to your will.
Yep.
Whenever you need, which is a handy tool to have.
It is.
Which may make her the most powerful person, as Wolf thought in the first place.
I think so. Once she really realizes what her magic is and how to use it and how to, be the powerhouse, then things will change. And maybe that's why the Fae talk to her, because they can feel her latent power.
Yeah, Adam's the muscle, right? Adam is the muscle. He's got the pack. He's strong.
He is strong.
And
he usually has some brains to back it up.
Yeah.
Not always, but usually.
Yeah. But she's stronger in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
She's a lot more agile than he is. He's within these constraints. He can only work within this box. And she can do twirls around the box, jump in and out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam.
You say, oh, Adam. I'm I'm scoffing.
It's character growth. It is necessary. He did need to face his demons at some point. I kind of wish it had been earlier and not like this. And, but he needed to face his own demons.
Okay,
and
when
so
book 14 comes around, if he's still acting the same, I'm going to be like, fist in the air. I'm going to be like, what the fuck?
Hopefully it won't be that long, but yes.
I mean, we're never done. We're never done. So I know he hasn't done the work, so it's going to come up again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a dead issue, in my opinion.
No, it's definitely not. It is a turning point, but it is not done. It is not finished. It is what it is.
Yeah. What a horrible I mean, I guess it's a good relationship, but a horrible relationship too, because you got to take the bad with the good.
Mm-hmm. Nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody, will ever be perfect. You have to love the imperfections.
Boyfriends. They can be perfect. That's the point of it. They could be. If she wanted
he's not.
It. No, he's not. He's not. We know he's not. So, yeah. Anywho, did you like the end of the book?
I did. So these werewolves have decided to, come take over this pack and do their own thing and live their own life because they can just get rid of Adam easily.
All because this one woman lied to them. They just believed everything she said. We could just come take over this pack and we'd be good. Safe. And Mercy's like, look, we're on our own because the Morocco allows it. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not out here willy-nilly.
He'd kill us.
Right. And they're all dumbfounded. Like, what? What?
People in this book, almost everybody, just lost all common sense. From Mercy to Adam to these wolves. I think Jessie was the sanest, smartest person in this book, which is crazy because she's an 18-year-old freshman in college.
Yeah. She's smart.
She's smart.
Although she couldn't calm her father down, which I pointed out on our live. Yes. I'm like, dude, you're so smart and you have your words. Use them. I don't know.
You know what it's like to fight with your parents. Sometimes, fights just escalate and later you're like, oh, I should have said this instead. Or this is more common sense, whatever.
Yeah. But So we have these wolves who finally, it is so funny. Like this one wolf, I can't remember who said it, but they had offered for the wolves that were just followers to join their pack. And he's like, nah, no, thank you. Like, I've just been around here for a little bit and it's wild. I'm going to the rocks pack.
Yeah. I want a place where there's calm and peace.
Yeah,
and
I need to chill for a little while. Like, because y'all, it's crazy over here.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're gone. And of course, Mercy defeats the bad woman, the bad pack woman.
The assassin pack leader.
Which is weird because women can't lead the pack, right?
Not technically, and I think that's why she mated the one guy, so he was technically in charge, but she was the one pulling his strings. Do you remember who hired her?
Oh,
the Harvesty witches.
Yes, the Harvesty
witches who Mercy and Adam just murdered in the last book.
Yeah.
They are not going to go away anytime soon.
They'll be back. And we said that last book. We were like, they'll be back.
They'll be back. And right away. I think it's only been a month since the attack. And here's this werewolf pack coming in to kill everybody.
Yeah. Which they all of them, I think only one. No, nobody knew exactly what she was doing. They all thought they had another agenda.
Yeah.
So she was just manipulating them. And Bran said, hey, she's for hire. She'll do whatever.
She'll do whatever for whoever. Yeah. Whoever pays her the most money.
Well,
we'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. So we got a couple plot things hanging open. We'll see what happens with them. So we know we get Wolf next time, but those other things are still going to be looming.
The witches I'm curious to coming.
See. Yeah.
The vampires have shit going down. The Fae are... Well, Tilly said she's going to have to fight the Fae soon, so there's going to be a whole ass war with the Fae in the underworld. Or Underhill.
Tilly is a mess. She that was really smart that kind of she got, that Mercy got the hint to talk to Tilly and kind of like manipulate her a little bit into telling a lot of things about Rumpelstiltskin, which I still cannot. Anyway, but the little showdown with him, Tilly shows up and she's like, "What are you doing here? Leave!" Like, you invited me. I could just see this little girl hopping around, just tra-la-la, and I'm like, "Oh my god, she is the worst."
She kind of reminds me of Yo-Yo Girl.
Yeah,
except I know Yo-Yo Girl is not as scary as Tilly.
Tilly. The only thing I can just keep remembering about her is she chooses to present this way for a reason, but that is not what she really looks like.
No. She chooses to present this way to be like Aiden's friend and to hope that Aiden will come back to her. But no, she does not really look like this.
Oh no, she doesn't really care about Aiden that much either. Because when she was contemplating what bonus to give the shape-shifting Rumpelstiltskin, she was like, "Oh, he would love fire. I was thinking about giving my fire to him," which was Aiden. She's like, "Oh no, but that's my favorite, so I gave him instead." I'm like, So she's talking about giving you away to people as a power? Get that? This girl crazy. 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 Stay away from her. She another one. You just don't turn your back.
No. Ugh, scary.
Yeah, definitely. I do like all the scarier, darker components of the story. I liked it. I like those parts.
Yeah. It was good. It was fun. It was Mercy's world. And yes, we can nitpick it, but we also love it. And, sometimes we love it less than other times.
I know. And, I think that's fair. And I don't mind it because what fun is it if all we're doing is fangirling constantly? Like, how can we be critical at all? You know what I mean? Like, and be fair. Like, everyone isn't going to love everything about these books. So
absolutely.
All right, let's wrap up.
Okay.
I'm being summoned.
Oh no.
Any last words? We got to finish this up, guys, unfortunately.
It was a good installment. It wasn't the best. it was still Mercy, but we have critiques, and critiques can be good.
Yeah, I agree. So book 12 was a success overall, even with my moaning and groaning. I look forward to book 13.
Yes.
It's Soul Taken. Beautiful cover art, as always.
As always.
So yeah, we'll be doing this next week. Join us over on YouTube if you want to do reading sprints with us. The time may change. Casey, I have to talk to you about that. I have something on my calendar, but we'll get it together. No. And yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for checking out today's episode. And don't forget to subscribe and like the podcast before you leave. And we'll catch you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
If you enjoyed today's episode and would like to show your support, there are a few things you can do. Head on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a positive 5-star review, or like this episode on your favorite podcast player. It seems so simple, but it really helps me out. You can share this podcast with other book nerd friends or on your favorite social media space. You can also join the Shelf Addiction Patreon family. For as little as $2 a month, you will help us produce even more awesome content for your ears. You can also consider joining the Shelf Addiction official Facebook group, where we talk all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven network. You can also reach us via email at info@shelfaddiction.com. Thank you for listening.